I love me. I love me. I love the person that I've became. Because now it's like I'm in charge. And I feel good about it. No shame. Yeah, I love me. My black is beautiful.
Last Saturday at approximately 12:15, we received a call to conduct a well-being check there on Garrett Road in Ridgeway. Our deputies responded shortly thereafter. Upon arrival at the home, they made contact with a 17-year-old male juvenile who had stated he had just found his mother in a state of distress and that she needed help. Our deputies immediately went inside. What we determined was that individual was in fact deceased at that time. Through the course of the investigation, this investigative team worked diligently, day in and day out, to bring justice to this family for this tragic incident. So what we determined is that the individual, Miss Rhonda Lockett, was in fact deceased from a single gunshot wound.
October 18th, 2025. Garrett Road, Ridgeway, Virginia. A teenage boy picks up his phone and makes the call no child should ever have to make. His voice shaking, he tells the dispatcher his mama won't wake up. When Henry County deputies roll up to 11159 Garrett Road, they see him standing in the driveway and they already know. You can see it in his face. Something terrible happened inside that house. They walk through the front door, past the kitchen where dishes are still in the sink from breakfast, past the living room with family pictures covering every wall, back to the bedroom. That's where they find her. Rhonda Lockett, 39 years old, mother of 2 boys, dead, 1 gunshot, no break-in, nothing stolen, just a woman who finally decided she deserved better, killed in her own home, and the man they're looking for, her husband, the same man she married 4 years back, the same man she finally got the strength to leave just 7 days earlier. This is what happens when a man can't handle hearing the word no. When till death do us part becomes a threat instead of a promise, as her brother Casey Alcorn would later write, my damn heart is crushed and broken over and over again. God knows I'd rather be in prison. My little sister Rhonda Lockett was a pure piece of love, and never did I question you. Damn it, I don't know what to feel. Thank you for always having my back and being there for me from day one. I love you forever. See you later, beautiful. Justice will be served one way or another. Damn. This is the story of a woman who tried to walk away and the man who couldn't let her breathe in peace. This is the murder of Rhonda Lockett. If you're here for true crime that goes deep, that gets into the real facts and the real people behind the headlines, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day, so there's always another case to dig into, another truth that needs to be told. Rhonda Lockett came into the world on April 3rd, 1986, right there in Martinsville, Virginia. Her mama, Linda Alcorn, and her father, Lorenzo Jerome Hairston Sr., raised her in a home where faith mattered, where hard work wasn't optional, and where laughter could fill up a whole room. Sundays meant one thing: Antioch Christian Church. That's where Rhonda found her voice in the choir, singing hymns that seemed to come straight from her soul, that warmth, that laugh, that presence. Once you met Rhonda, you didn't forget her. Magna Vista High School graduate. Now Rhonda wasn't the type to be on the honor roll or running for homecoming queen. She was the friend who remembered what you told her last week, the girl who'd check on you when you looked down, the one who made difficult days feel a little lighter just by being around. After she graduated, Rhonda took the practical route. She focused on building a stable life for her kids and for whatever future she was working toward. By May 16, 2020, she'd secured a position at Drake Extrusion Inc., and let me tell you, the people who worked with her, they knew her as someone you could count on, someone with energy, the co-worker who'd be dancing on her break or pulling up a funny video to get everybody laughing. 5 years she gave that company, 5 years of showing up, doing her job right, being the type of person who made the workplace better. Music, laughter, faith, but more than anything else, family. That's what Rhonda was about. She was a dedicated mother to her 2 boys, Omarte and Xavian. Every single choice she made came back to them, their education, their activities, their future. She was the type of mother who'd write little notes in their lunch boxes, who never missed a game or a school event, who made absolutely sure they understood they were loved. even when the bills were tight and life felt overwhelming. Her sister Desinia and her brother Casey used to say that Rhonda held everybody together after their daddy passed away in October 2022. They'd already buried an older brother years before that, and that kind of pain, it doesn't just go away. But Rhonda kept pushing forward, determined to be the strong one for everybody else. She was the family member who called every single day, who never forgot a birthday, who made sure love was always spoken out loud. To the people around her, it looked like Rhonda had finally found some balance in her life, steady job, a home filled with love, the possibility of something new on the horizon. That possibility seemed real on April 26, 2021, when she got married to Joseph Chad Lockett, a man from nearby Figsboro, Virginia. The wedding was small, intimate, full of smiles and hope. They made their vows under the springtime sky, and not long after they flew out to Las Vegas for their honeymoon. The pictures from that trip tell a story of pure happiness, two people grinning wide, holding hands on the strip, posing by fountains like they believed they had nothing but time ahead of them. In those first months, even into the early years, everything looked fine from the outside. Friends described them as your average couple, quiet, hardworking, private about their business. Rhonda would post little snapshots of their life online, dinner out, church on Sunday, time with family. No public arguments, no red flags that anyone could point to. In a town like Ridgeway, where word travels faster than the speed of light, nobody picked up on the storm that was building behind closed doors. But the cracks started forming. What began as small disagreements slowly transformed into tension Rhonda couldn't shake off. The people closest to her started noticing she'd gotten quieter when it came to talking about her marriage. She'd brush off questions with smiles that didn't quite land right. The ones who really knew her could sense something shifting. Control and jealousy had started creeping in where affection used to be. Joseph's moods weren't steady anymore, and his words, once kind, had turned cutting. Rhonda, who'd spent her whole life taking care of other people, found herself trying to manage someone she couldn't understand anymore. Her brother Casey would come to find out that she'd made the hardest, bravest decision of her life just 1 week before everything ended. She'd decided to leave him. After years of trying to hold it together, she wanted peace. She'd started talking about beginning fresh, about putting all her focus on her children and her own future without carrying the weight of a marriage that was breaking her down. She was exhausted, tired of the tension, tired of watching every word she said, tired of believing that love was supposed to feel like walking through a minefield. It was a choice that took real courage. The people who loved her understood she wasn't making this decision out of anger. She was making it out of hope. She'd already lost her father, and her family couldn't stand to watch her lose herself too. Rhonda wanted freedom. She wanted to rediscover the joy that used to fill her life, the music that used to lift her spirit. But that step toward freedom, that's the one that would cost her everything. On a quiet Saturday afternoon in Ridgeway, Virginia, around 12:15 p.m. on October 18, 2025, deputies from the Henry County Sheriff's Office got dispatched to 11159 Garrett Road. A call had come in from a boy about his mother. When they pulled up, Rhonda's teenage son was waiting outside, his voice shaking as he tried to explain that his mother needed help. The officers walked inside the home, everything still carrying the feel of regular life. Laundry that had been folded and put aside, a coffee cup that hadn't been finished, the soft scent of those candles she always kept burning. But when they got to the back bedroom, they found Rhonda Hairston Lockett, lifeless.
Louise Schmeier coming to you live here at the Henry County Sheriff's Office with Henry County Sheriff Wayne Davis. He's going to provide some information in regards to the homicide that they're investigating happened on Saturday. So, Sheriff, at this time, what can you share with us?
This past Saturday at approximately 12:15, we received a call to conduct a well-being check there on Garrett Road in Ridgeway. Our deputies responded shortly thereafter. Upon arrival at the home, they made contact with a 17-year-old male juvenile who had stated he had just found his mother in a state of distress and that she needed help. Our deputies immediately went inside. What we determined was that individual was in fact deceased at that time. Through the course of the investigation, this investigative team worked diligently, day in and day out, to bring justice to this family for this tragic incident. So what we determined is that the individual, Miss Rhonda Hairston Lockett, was in fact deceased from a single gunshot wound. Through the course of that investigation, they spent Saturday and Sunday collecting physical evidence, forensic evidence, and conducting witness interviews. As a result of that, we determined that Joseph Chad Lockett was responsible for her death. At such time, we charged him with first-degree murder. We currently have an outstanding first-degree murder warrant on him. We are looking for his whereabouts, so anyone who may know where he's at, please contact 911 or the Martinsville-Henry County Crime Stoppers program. We do believe that he could be dangerous to our community, so we ask for anyone's help to bring him into custody today.
And Sheriff, when it comes to the relationship between these individuals, everyone speaks on social media, sometimes accurate, sometimes not. We've been talking about that all weekend, but what can you tell us in regards to their relationship?
The information that was reported to us is that they are in fact married and that he is her estranged husband. They were going through some type of separation. We continue to work on that though.
And in regards to him being wanted, the best thing for him would be to come and turn himself in.
Absolutely. We'd encourage him to come turn yourself in right here at the magistrate's office peacefully. You can call us and tell us where you're at. If you don't have a means of transportation, we'll come out and take care of the paperwork at hand. We obviously seek a peaceful resolution to this. Even good people make poor choices, so we'd encourage you again. If you're listening, Mr. Lockett, please turn yourself in or let us know where you're at so we can take you into custody without incident.
And Sheriff, has this been a complex case in regards to, I know all of them are, but what has this put strain on your deputies? Again,
I'm blessed to have such a strong team here at the Sheriff's Office, so unfortunately, we have far too much experience with these. It's really sad. This is at least our third domestic-related homicide this year. There's no place in society. It's 2025. There's no place for domestic violence. So we encourage anyone to look for the warning signs of domestic violence. And if you yourself are potentially involved in a poor relationship or a dangerous relationship, please don't hesitate to reach out to someone for help. As well as if you know someone who's in a relationship where there are red flags or causes of concern, please educate yourself.
We know, of course, that this month is Domestic Awareness Month, so it's appropriate for you to be sharing those tips with the community.
Yes, absolutely. Again, this is an absolutely senseless act of domestic, hard to bring closure for this family and ultimately justice to the victim.
And if the community has any information in regards to anything that they saw, they should contact you as well.
That's right. You can contact us in a host of ways. You can contact the 911 center directly. You can contact the Martinsville-Henry County Crime Stoppers program at 276-63-CRIME. You can use the new Tip 411 app, file your information anonymously online through the app, and or you can use our Citizen Connect portal. So we've really expanded the ways that people can stay in touch with us. So please, if you know anything about this incident and or the whereabouts of Joseph Chad Lockett, please let us know through one of those means.
And another thing that people have been talking about again on social media is if individuals are helping him elude arrest, so they could also possibly be looking at charges, right?
Most certainly. If we find out anyone is aiding him in avoiding capture, we will charge them as well.
All right. Anything else we need to know about this case, Sheriff?
Again, I'd just like to thank my team of deputies and investigators here at the Sheriff's Office for their diligent and tireless work, and we'll continue to work tirelessly until he's brought into custody. And in addition to that, thank our partnership for Henry County Public Safety and our volunteer rescue units who respond to these scenes with us. And we oftentimes overlook our 911 dispatchers who are on the fourth floor of this building. They are tremendous help in gathering these initial phases, gathering information to disseminate it to our deputies. Not only that, they continue to work with us throughout the course of the investigation, running information and tags and licenses. So again, thank you to our 911 dispatchers as well.
Thank you, Sheriff, and thank you everyone for joining us. Luis Romero at the Henry County Sheriff's Office for RBS News Now and Star News.
The scene told them everything they needed to know. A single gunshot. No signs that anyone had forced their way inside. No evidence of a fight that would suggest she'd had any warning. This was personal. Within hours, detectives had their primary suspect, Joseph Chad Lockett, Rhonda's estranged husband from Figsboro, Virginia, just a short drive away. The man who'd stood at an altar with her was now the man accused of taking her life. Authorities immediately classified this as a homicide and put out an alert across the county, warning people that Joseph was armed and dangerous. By that evening, the story started spreading online. Family members and friends flooded social media with shock, with heartbreak, with anger. Among those posts was one from Rhonda's brother, Casey Alcorn. His words captured the devastation of a whole family. My damn heart is crushed and broken over and over again. God knows I'd rather be in prison My little sister Rhonda Lockett was a pure piece of love, and never did I question you. Damn it, I don't know what to feel. Thank you for always having my back and being there for me from day one. I love you forever. See you later, beautiful. Justice will be served one way or another. Damn, his pain echoed through Ridgeway. A tight-knit community completely stunned by the sudden loss of a woman everybody knew as pure light in human form. While the family tried to process what had happened, investigators spread out across Henry County and into neighboring Martinsville. Tips started coming in from the public. People reported sightings. Law enforcement from multiple agencies came together, tracking phone signals, checking surveillance cameras, following vehicle movements. 2 long days passed. Then on Monday, October 20th, 2025, around 5:45 in the evening, authorities located Joseph Lockett at 225 Niblet Drive in Martinsville. There was a brief standoff before he gave himself up without any more violence. Sheriff Wayne Davis made a public announcement about the arrest, giving credit to the teamwork and determination of investigators who'd worked around the clock to close this case. Joseph Lockett was hit with charges for first-degree murder, use of a firearm in the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. His capture brought some relief, but not peace. For Rhonda's family, the nightmare was just beginning. In the days that followed, Henry County mourned one of their own. At Drake Extrusion Inc., Rhonda's co-workers set up a memorial right at her workstation. Flowers, photographs, notes written by hand. At home, friends surrounded her mother, Linda Alcorn, trying to offer comfort that words just couldn't provide. On October 25th, 2025, the community gathered to release balloons into the sky, each one carrying a prayer for Rhonda. The next day, October 26th, they held her memorial service, a sanctuary filled with hymns, with tears, with the ache of what should have been so many more years. After the service, Casey posted again, this time not from a place of rage, but from faith. Heavenly Father, in Jesus' precious name I come before you with a heavy heart. Lord, I ask for your comfort and strength as I grieve the loss of my beloved sister Rhonda Hairston. Father, you know the pain and emptiness that loss brings, and I ask that you wrap me in your loving arms and give me peace that surpasses all understanding. Teach me, Lord, to keep moving forward with faith, honoring her memory through love, compassion, and purpose in Jesus' mighty name. The post showed how the family was trying to shift from fury to faith, and understanding that while justice was moving forward, healing would take so much longer. They'd already lost their father in October 2022. Losing Rhonda exactly 3 years later tore open wounds that had barely started to close. The sheriff's office later confirmed that Rhonda had died from a single gunshot wound, everything pointing to a close-range attack. There was no evidence of a robbery, no forced entry, nothing to suggest this was anyone but someone she knew, someone she trusted. The weapon they recovered linked directly back to Joseph Lockett, who as a convicted felon was already prohibited from owning or even touching a firearm. Investigators concluded that the motive came down to control and jealousy. Rhonda's decision to leave him had happened only a week before her death. They believe Joseph's rage built up as she pulled away, and when she refused to come back, it turned deadly. Under Virginia law, first-degree murder is defined as an intentional, premeditated killing. The firearm charges that came along with it added serious weight to the prosecution's case, guaranteeing a lengthy prison sentence if he's convicted. Rhonda's story reflects a tragedy that plays out in homes all across America. Real talk, leaving an abusive or controlling partner is statistically the most dangerous time for victims of domestic violence. Joseph Lockett is sitting behind bars right now, waiting for trial. His legal process will move through arraignment, preliminary hearings, and eventually a trial. A process that could stretch on for months, maybe even years. But beyond all the case files and courtroom schedules, there's a woman who once dreamed about becoming a nurse, who found joy in church halls and saw her whole world in the faces of her sons. Rhonda Hairston Lockett wasn't just a victim, she was a mother who worked double shifts to make sure her boys had what they needed. A sister who sent encouraging texts every single morning. A daughter who filled her home with warmth even after losing so much. Her sister Desinia, her brother Casey, and her sons Amarte and Zavian are carrying her memory forward now. They talk about her in present tense, not was, but if. Friends remember how she danced through the aisles at work, how she'd sing louder than everybody else in the choir when it was her favorite song. Rhonda Lockett's life mattered, her story matters, and it's our job to make sure it's told. This is Trending Crime Vault, bringing you the cases that need to be heard, the ones that cut deep, the ones that remind us why we have to keep speaking up about domestic violence, about control, about the dangerous moment when someone decides to leave. We cover the stories you know and plenty you don't. Stay with us as we keep bringing you the truth. See you in the next one.